these cases are definitely tough.
Real usage, real reviews. mobilereviewsa.ca.
Hey, it's Aaron from mobilereviewsa.ca, and today we've got a tough case buyer's guide, and we are going to talk about these cases. We've got an Otterbox Armor, an Incipio Atlas, an Otterbox Defender, Lunatik Taktik Extreme, Griffin Survivor, and a Pelican CE 1180. And out of all these cases, for the toughest case, we give that award to the Lunatik Taktik Extreme. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the iPhone is a pretty big part of your life, and it's also this perfectly molded piece of glass and aluminum and rare earth elements. It's beautiful. But what are you going to do to protect this so it doesn't break? Well, we've got 6 cases that are definitely tough enough. So at mobilereviewsa.ca, our reviews are based on real usage, and when we mean real usage, we mean we go get cases and we use them, and this is just a fraction of all the cases that we've used. Basically, every case that I'm holding in my hands is droppable, and we've done drop tests for them, and most of these cases offer a level of water resistance and waterproofness, and we've done those tests with actual devices. So really, we try to break our devices with these cases so that you don't have to. And as I said before, the Lunatik Taktik Extreme, this is, in our opinion, the toughest case out of this entire grouping. So the first thing we'll look at is the protection that each case provides your device. Now, from our opinion, being the toughest case doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be waterproof. Now, we've got a couple cases in our grouping that is waterproof, like the Incipio Atlas and the Otterbox Armor, but the toughest case in our opinion is if you were to smash it against concrete, would your phone survive? So the first thing we'll talk about is the drop protection. And again, Lunatik Taktik Extreme, most droppable case. We feel very comfortable dropping this case many, many times against concrete. We've actually tossed it up into the air. I think it hit maybe about 10 to 12 feet and then it fell on concrete. Phone still works. We dressed up as Batman, threw this phone like a batarang against a brick wall. Well, because it looks like a phone that Batman would use, and phone still survives. Now the Lunatik Taktik Extreme is a beast of a case, especially when compared to the runner-up in terms of drop protection, which is the Incipio Atlas. And as you can tell, the Lunatik Taktik Extreme is much larger than the Incipio Atlas. Now the Incipio Atlas, it's a very slim, very tough case, and one of the odd things is that it's got this plastic diaper at the bottom, and it covers up the lightning port connector and the headphone jack, but it's pretty painful to take off. Now for the drop protection, we did a round of skeet shooting for it, and we dropped it on its face to see how tough the tempered glass screen protector is, and well, we still got a phone. Now it's important to note that these 2 cases have glass screen protectors, and that's unique among the 24 cases that we do have. The Lunatik Taktik Extreme has a Gorilla Glass screen protector, while the Incipio Atlas has a tempered glass screen protector. Now the third case that we would recommend in terms of drop protection is the Pelican Vault CE 1180. And for this case, we skipped it like a rock, like we would in a lake, but instead of a lake, we used a gravel parking lot, and the phone survives. One of the neat things about the Pelican case is that Pelican has a lifetime warranty on all of their external cases. That's a pretty cool thing to take note of. Now, these are 3 cases that definitely protect your phone from drops. The one that we would not put our phone in is the Otterbox Armor. Now, people who have the Otterbox Armor and have an Otterbox Armor that works, they love this case, but we could definitely tell you from all the other ones that there are much better alternatives to this case. Our first case broke during a non-drop test. The case in the phone dropped and it broke. And so we took it back, got another one from a different big box store. We did a water test with that one. That one sucked in water like nobody's business, so we don't think very highly of the Otterbox Armor. So it's the worst performing case out of our grouping. In terms of functionality, which deals with your ability to access your phone inside the case, the Lunatik Taktik Extreme comes out on top. Lunatik takes pride in their design, and it definitely shows. You can easily access all your buttons. You can actually easily access the screen, especially through the glass screen protector. The glass screen protector doesn't add any glare, and it feels like you're just using a regular iPhone screen. The sound that comes from the phone, listening to phone calls and whatnot, the sound isn't degraded in this case, which is really nice given the amount of protection. But the one thing it doesn't allow you to do is to use the Touch ID sensor in the new iPhone 5S. Now, the runner-up in terms of functionality is the Otterbox Defender, and this is a very droppable case, and it's got a hole in the screen protector that allows you to use the Touch ID fingerprint sensor in your iPhone 5S. So if you're looking for a tough case that is droppable and you want to use the fingerprint sensor, the Otterbox Defender is a great case to, do that with. The worst performing case in this entire grouping is the Incipio Atlas. Now the Incipio Atlas has this plastic diaper at the bottom that covers up the headphone jack as well as the lightning port connector. And it's not the easiest case to get apart. It does get better over time, but we've taken this case apart so many times that, as you can tell, it's still not the easiest thing to pull apart. So if charging your phone is important to you, this plastic diaper makes it very difficult to do that. Other things to take note is that the plastic button that covers the mute switch it juts out quite a bit and it's pretty sharp. And so it'll scratch your skin if you're not careful. And then the screen sensitivity, we've been popping in a 5S and a 5 out of this case a bunch of times. We actually did this video that took like 8 takes and we couldn't come to any conclusion why certain installations would work well with the swipe gestures of the command center for iOS 7 and why other ones wouldn't. It was really frustrating. So functionality is pretty bad with the Incipio Atlas from our tests. The Pelican CE1180, you can access all the buttons and whatnot, but the screen protector that comes with this case diffuses the retina screen, so it makes everything look kind of pixely. So if the clarity of your screen is very important to you, I wouldn't go with the Pelican CE1180. In terms of design, there isn't one case that stands out against the rest. We still do prefer the Lunatik Taktik Extreme because of its incredible build quality, but in terms of the weight and bulk, these are all very big cases, and the biggest and heaviest ones are the Griffin Survivor, the Otterbox Armor, and the Lunatik Taktik Extreme. These cases are so big that, well, you definitely shouldn't try to use them in a suit jacket because you're going to look ridiculous. In terms of the ease of installation, the easiest one is actually the Otterbox Armor if you haven't cut your fingernails, because trying to get your finger into these really thin latches, well, you might hurt yourself. There's 2 cases that require screws, and we don't like cases with screws, and they are the Lunatik Taktik Extreme and the Pelican CE1180. The Incipio Atlas is the worst case to install. It is incredibly painful, and it is a very tough protective case, and that's why all the pieces have no give to it. But they tell you to put your finger into this hole in the top and pull back as hard as you possibly can. Well, this hole really isn't a hole. It's just like this little plastic sliver that you have to shove your fingertip into, and then you have to pull back as hard as you can. So there's a potential that you might pull your fingertip away from your fingernail, which hurts and sucks. The last 2 cases that I haven't talked much about is the Griffin Survivor and the Otterbox Defender, and the installation's quite easy as you just end up packing plastic rubbery parts into hard polycarbonate body pieces. So, pretty easy to install. In terms of build quality, the Lunatik Taktik Extreme comes out on top in this case, and the Otterbox Defender comes out in a close second. Again, these 2 cases are the most functional of the grouping, and, well, they also look the best and feel the best. In terms of price, the Lunatik Taktik Extreme is the most expensive case. It's $125 on their website. It goes on sale quite often, so you can get it for about $99. If you send us a message, we've got a discount code for you, so you can deck yourself out in some Lunatik swag. The cheapest case in the grouping is the Griffin Survivor, and so if you're looking for great protection and decent functionality, this is a $50 case, so more than half the amount of the Lunatik Taktik Extreme. Now, the 2 cases that are fairly expensive that aren't worthwhile to purchase are the Incipio Atlas and the Otterbox Armor. These cases run between $80 to $100, and, well, you should spend that money on these cases rather than these 2, because these 2 we feel aren't worth the money or the trouble. So again, the Lunatik Taktik Extreme is our most favorite tough case. If you got $125 to spend, you're going to get a great case that is droppable. It offers a decent level of water resistance, not waterproofness. It allows you to access all the functions of your phone, and it looks and feels great. The runner-up would be the Otterbox Defender. It drops very well, and the build quality is very high, and it allows you to use the Touch ID functionality, the fingerprint sensor of the new iPhone 5S. The Pelican CE1180 is a unique case, so if you're looking for something different, not a lot of people know that Pelican makes these cases. They make lots of other things, so this is a very unique case, and it does come with a lifetime warranty. And if you're a budget-conscious case buyer, the Griffin Survivor is a good bet, because this is $50 and it offers a decent amount of drop protection, and it definitely will keep your phone safe. We would definitely recommend that you stay away from the Otterbox Armor and the Incipio Atlas. We know the Incipio Atlas has won a bunch of awards and stuff, but based on our extended usage, this is a pretty painful case to use when compared to all these other cases. Both of these cases are fairly expensive, and the Otterbox Armor, well, people love it, I know, but we didn't have any luck with it, so it it's our lowest rated case so far. So if this buyer's guide was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody who is looking for a case, please share this video with them, because I'm sure it'll be helpful to them. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. You can also find us on Twitter, Google+, and Facebook. Again, ask us any questions about all these cases, because we've used them all. Thanks for watching.